What's poppin', Starseeds? I appreciate you for returning, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the vibes, then like, comment, and subscribe. I go by Lone Star, aka Kamarithouu, and we're back with another conscious vid. I'm too excited. I'm gonna tell y'all why later. This is the second episode of Conscious Entertainment. On these episodes, we dive deep into the underlying messages, synchronicities of movies, TV shows, songs, etc. We'll get to the best scenes and points and kind of go through the downloads and see what they're talking about. Be mindful that these are my opinions and you're welcome to share yours as long as it's high vibrational. No low vibrations over here. You're vanquished. Bye. Let's get right into it. For today's conscious vid, we're gonna be talking about the movie Apocalypto, my absolute favorite movie on earth, no cap. Directed by Mel Gibson, came out in the early 2000s, 2006, I believe. For your quick summary, the main character is Jaguar Paw. He's in this native jungle environment with his family and his community, and it's all love and light. It's all positive. They're chilling, vibing. You can tell they're very in tune with each other. Of course, some people make fun of each other. It's like any normal family, and invaders come in. They try to take everything from them, literally them. Jaguar Paw is fighting for his life, but these invaders come in and burn their stuff down to the ground, literally. Before that even happens, he saves his immediate family, his pregnant wife and his son, and puts them down into this sort of pit. And then he goes back and he fights with his community. He gets captured along with all of the other men and women who survived, but the terrorists are horrible. They attack the women, sexually abuse them, traffic them, basically, and they're taking them to this temple where they're going to be sacrificed. Jaguar Paw fights for his life and tries to get back to his family. He's met with a lot of difficulties and a lot of loss, but he gets through it. In the beginning of the movie, you see these brothers, they're hunting for food for the community. And I want to talk about how right here in this scene I'm about to show you, how everybody listened to the ancestor, which is Jaguar Paw's dad. So go ahead and watch this clip. Then I want to get into how saying certain things are powerful. Saying anything is powerful because words are ultimately powerful. So as you can see right here, I'm going to show you this clip. He says the dad won't be able to walk anymore. And it's like, why would you even say that? We're gonna get into what happens afterwards, but I also want to talk about this scene right here. In this scene, another ancestor is talking about something very powerful. He's telling a story about how animals gave a man everything he needed and more, but he still had fear, and he would still want more. He seeks more than the universe can give. And to me, when I was listening to this story, it made me feel like back to the ungrateful thing, like always feeling judgmental and feeling like, oh, well, I want this and I seek that, and not getting into that angry, fear, emotional state is negative. And you can see Jaguar Paw in that clip I was showing, just very in deep thought, because before that, this man from another native community is going through their community. They try to get through their community, but it's kind of like an issue in the beginning because their dad, well, Jaguar Paw's dad is like, hey, I'm Flint Sky. What's going on? What's up? This is my woods. You trying to pass through my woods? What's up? So the man tells him that their village was ravaged. He basically warns them, and he's coming that way. Obviously, the invaders will, I don't know. But anyway, Jaguar Pa seeks more after that. He runs after the man and his dad stops him. He said, Ningwao. I don't know if that's son, but it was something along those lines. And he was just like, stop, like basically. And Jaguar Pa was very upset and bothered by that. And his father was just like, I can see your trouble. And he was like, yeah, I am. So they have a little talk and he said, what did you see in that man? Fear, right? And fear is a sickness. I see it spreading on you right now, basically. And that was a pep talk for him to not get into that frequency. But one thing I have to throw out there about our older ancestors is they kind of sweep things under the rug. And that's not their fault. It's generational, passed down. But imagine what could have happened if they acted on that right then and there. You never know. Dancing is one of the highest frequencies on earth. Dancing makes you happy. Dancing makes you feel. Dancing releases a lot from your body and your muscles. So I thought that was so important in the movie when the baby was dancing in her belly and she was like, your son is happy. She seemed very intuitive. Seven, his wife, the mother of his children, her name is Seven. And 777 represents luck, prosperity, but it's also an angel number that lets you know that the things that you're seeking are on the way. And I believe their son is Turtle Run. Fast forward a little further, Jaguar Pa has this dream and it leaves him starstruck. We'll talk about it after you watch the clip. Dreams are so powerful. I have to stress that. Way more powerful than you think. They decode messages, they give you warnings, and you're also in different realms. His heart was out in that dream, but he still told him to run. Imagine if he didn't run. Imagine if he let that fear take over him, or if he listened to his dad and didn't do anything. I thought that was so important that he actually listened to the dream. Like, he got up. And that's what you're supposed to do. Actually, if you are a conscious person, when you have dreams that leave you uneasy and it's like, what the hell? When you wake up. Something is trying to wake you up. I want to stress that. Wake up. Wake y'all ass up. I love the men back then, and I love how protective they were and like soldiery. Like, I feel like the word soldier literally comes from the melanin community and the native community, and even though it's intertwined, but yes, we made that word. The word kind of differs now with different things, but yes, I feel like the word originated from them. Warriors, soldiers, we're here to fuck shit up, revolutionaries. So as you see throughout these clips, they're fighting, trying to protect the women because the savages sexually assault them and they're gonna be sold. I really have to stress Jaguar Pa saving his immediate family first and basically his heart. I do want to get into the love, I got to. I definitely feel like him and his wife are twin flames. Back to him not going after other people and trying to save the whole world first. Every single person on earth has struggled with or seen somebody struggle with not being that close to their family, or not wanting to protect their family or their siblings, lover, whatever, mom, dad, whatever. We struggle with that a lot, and I just thought that was so deep that he saved them first, and then he went to go help, even though she didn't want him to go help. She was just like, no, and his son was screaming, I'm about to cry. But no, seriously, I thought that was so dope that he did that, and that's what real men do. When you make a family, when you put your magic stick into a magical woman portal, you make life, you create essence, and you create a connection. So it's your duty as a man to protect the family. This is one of the reasons it's one of my favorite movies, just how he treated his family and how intense he was on getting back to them and protecting them. As she's going down in the little deep tomb, Seven tells her husband, Jaguar Paw, that she's scared and she doesn't want to go, basically. And he looks at her in her eyes and says, be strong. Like, let that fear shit go, because we can't be doing this right now, basically. Even though his dad could have took more action, that was right. Fear is one of the lowest vibrations on earth. And I also want to talk about manifesting. They're manifesting that they're going to come back to each other. And throughout the movie, you see her and she's taking care of her child. She's mentally concerned for her husband, but she knows she has immediate things to focus on right now. If she would have lost her mind and lost like faith, all faith would have been lost. Your mind is so powerful. The kid probably wouldn't have been as calm as he was helping his mom out. The mindset and the mental strength of this woman, I just have to show gratitude to Seven. I think she's my favorite, and Jaguar Paw is my favorite, but she's my second favorite for sure. Seven embodied her role. I just think she did so good with showing that backbone that you're supposed to be to a man that deserves it. As we get deeper into the movie, Jaguar Paw makes an enemy. He is so upset because Jaguar Paw almost ended his shit. And I thought it was crazy when he showed that karmic energy of taking his father's life. It was so sad. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the clip, but not too much. Let's get into it.
Meanwhile, Masaka.
As you see in that clip, his father tells him again not to show fear. He sees his son looking down and losing that faith and becoming in this low vibration. Even the way you carry yourself in your body shows how you feel. So his dad was like, hey, never show fear. Now I'm gonna show you this clip of Seven, Jaguar Paw's wife. Enjoy this real quick. So for me, that was an indicator that they could be twin flames or soulmates in a sense, because she felt that he wasn't about to come back right now, and so did he. When he was leaving, you could kind of see in their eyes. A lot of women just lose it when the male figure isn't there for some reason, whether he wants to be or not. And I thought it was so significant that she held it together while being pregnant. And I have so much respect for pregnant women. And if you don't respect them, if you're with them, if you don't respect them, if you're not with them, what are you doing? Like, why? I don't get it. It doesn't click. A lot takes place. They meet this medium, which is a little girl, and she basically tells the invaders that something's gonna come for you. As they're walking to the temple, the tree falls. Why would a tree just fall right there? Regardless if it was cut down or what, why would it fall right there? And then shortly after that, the medium comes, and she's a little girl. That's another sign of the universe helping them out. When they finally get to the destination, they're witnessing all the different statuses. They go through the poor people that's working literally to death. You can see them coughing up blood. They're just in the worst conditions. And then it gets to the more high-end leaders, I guess you can say. Jaguar Paw's friend and his mother-in-law have a very late but necessary awakening. I just thought that that was so like bittersweet, because he was being mean to the mother-in-law in the beginning. Once you watch the movie, you always call her old woman, and then him seeing them treat her like that was just like, wow, he felt so bad. And they didn't say no words. and she just touches him, and she was very mean to him as well. They realized like, wow, like this is it. He felt bad and she felt bad. Now that's a sense of an awakening because their conscience is elevated, and you can see in their eyes that they're sorry, and she obviously doesn't want him to transcend. Not gonna show any gruey details, but I will show this clip of Jaguar Paul, and you're about to be like, whoa. I just think it was so interesting that they were taking out people's hearts and then cutting off their head. Those are one of the top 2 most important chakras. Without your heart, regardless of if it's in your body or not, without that feeling, you're nothing, you're empty. Without your consciousness, without being alert and asking questions and caring about certain shit in the world, you're a bot, you're nothing, you're empty. So the fact that they were taking those parts was so significant to me. And as you saw in the clip, when Jaguar Paul's life was about to transcend, a whole eclipse happened. The universe helping him out again. This stuff is real. If you want to pretend like it's not real, I'm getting too passionate because this is my favorite movie, and I used to work at a movie theater. Side story, blah. When we first get signed on, they tell us to put our favorite movie, and I put Apocalypto, and my manager looked at me like, that makes sense. Anyway, so the oppressors are like, okay, well, what to do with all the other bodies? They go through this like stairway, and then they're playing with them. They're like, hey, your jungle is on the other side. Get to it and then you're free. But little did they know they had archers trying to attack them and all kind of stuff they were just throwing at them. Nobody made it except for Jaguar Paul, because he was chosen. And there's a such thing as being chosen. If you don't want to believe it, don't believe it. But guess what? It's real. Jaguar Paul kills the leader's son, and he loses it. He goes off and just starts running. And of course his followers follow him, and they're after Jaguar Paul. He makes it to his jungle, which is great because home and the energy and the vibration of the universe that he was born from, and not even just born from, where he felt home at, helped him. He goes through all these different things. At first, it's very, very difficult. He's hurt, he's injured, and it's just too much. He wants to give up, wants to lose his faith. But as soon as he gets in the vicinity where he's right there, he gets that download of, all right, this is it. I'm about to win, because I'm a winner. Ain't no losing no more. But no, seriously, and he just uses all of these things to his advantage. He uses all these different tactics. Another sign of the universe helping him is this huge jaguar chases him. So do you realize how fast a jaguar is? And Jaguar Paul outruns the jaguar, and the jaguar attacks the other man, and the jaguar unfortunately gets killed. I have this crazy connection to animals when they do transcend, and it's like I feel it, so don't mind me right now. As they're going through the journey, they're realizing like, yo, something's not right. I think this is a bad omen. Some of the invaders start getting on that tip, but a lot of them are just like, I don't care, I want them gone. I'm not gonna say every single detail from the movie. He falls off a whole waterfall. Sometimes when you feel like you have to keep moving, it's wise to just be still. As you can see, the universe helped him tremendously, and it wasn't just the universe though, it was his mindset, his mind frame. If you in low vibrations with your heart, if you just heartbroken and you just angry and you have fear and all these low vibrational emotions, the universe will work against you. If you're not pure, if you're not authentic, I promise you, you're not gonna survive. Unfortunately, some people will transcend, and that's because they're meant to. It's not always a bad thing. It's not. And that's what his dad felt in the beginning. He's like, yo, look up. Always look up. Even when he transcended, at that very moment, he looked up. Never down. Lastly, I'm just going to talk about the ending. These not foreign people come to their land. As you can see in this clip, they're coming to their land. They're already here. They're already established. You feel me? And they're coming to their land. Okay? Had to stress that. I thought that was so deep and so important and such a great way to end the movie, because when all else fails, because a lot of things are gonna fail, especially technical things. I don't know when, how, or what will cause it, but I do know it's gonna happen. So when all that fails, like Jaguar Park says, go to the forest. Thank you guys so much for watching the vid. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun talking about my absolute favorite movie. Even when they was kind of scared, they still did what they had to do. And I think that's what makes a true man. When I was watching this movie when I was younger, I was like, I want to manifest a family like that. Put down some movies, TV shows, songs you would like me to talk about. And check out my last conscious vid. It was so good. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.